This is a scheme that is supposed to cover, irrigation scheme that's supposed to cover 10 acres, and we want to support them with the shade nets, producing particularly vegetables under shade net for commercial purposes, and part of the production will be in the open area that will not be covered by shade nets. And in this scheme, we are hoping to have 60 beneficiaries running the 10-acre farm. The 10 acres will be subdivided into 4 units, and in these 4 units we will have each unit with a number of shade nets and of course an open area to cultivate. And then the 60 farmers, in each unit will have 15 farmers. We hope to have a mixture of both males and females as beneficiaries of this irrigation scheme.
Wakati hiyo mboga itakuwa tayari, tafuteni nafasi akuweka hiyo kiwanja kingine ndani ya hiyo shamba, watu wa nje zile mchuruzi achukuenge hapo. Na wanikane kwa pande kwangu, alingia kama ni kitu zapi. Na katika sisi watu bila zinakaa hapo, hakuna ile mtu ate mwamba raia na jana ndani ya kifua, yote ni watu ataone na anajua Kiswahili.
So the objective mainly is we'll start by sensitizing the staff who work in the area and the beneficiaries on the leadership and governance structure that we would want to establish.
Vegetable production. Now, you're not doing vegetable production for your own consumption. As a household, you cannot have a whole shade net, 10 by 30 meters, ya mboga yako peke yako. Under irrigation, that's too much. It means you'll eat some, but there will be quite a chunk that goes to the market. So you need to know the return to investment of what you are investing.
Secondly, we will also help in guiding them through the election process so that they can identify leaders who can help them run the affairs of that irrigation scheme properly, and also train these committees, the members and the subcommittees on their roles.
Pesa zote zinawekwa kesha. Ni maombi yetu ya kuwa vile mtaanza kufanya zile kazi mfungue account. Hiyo pesa zenu zile zitawekwa kwa ile account. Kwa secretary, kazi ya vice secretary ni kufanya ile kazi ya secretary wakati secretary hayuko.
We are hoping to have an IWUA that has an executive committee, that has subcommittees on operation and maintenance, a subcommittee on production and marketing, a subcommittee on environment management, and a subcommittee on conflict management. Now, the executive plus those subcommittees will form the IWUA management committee, the central management committee, which then will have functions to run this scheme, and they will receive the requisite training to carry out their affairs, because we have already carried out trainings for TOTs at the county and sub-county levels. And then these officers can then help work and handhold the committees to be able to effectively run their affairs. We will also help them develop a way forward that guides them in running these activities, because we will hope that they will be able to develop their own constitution and also get the requisite approvals from NEMA and WARMA.
NEMA license ikiwa na masharti yake mtapewa, ndio iwasaidie kujua majukumu yenu ni gani haswa mnapoanza hii kazi. Sasa jukumu la pili ni ile la sheria mtaweka za mazingira kama members. Mtakuwa na sheria zenu za mazingira.
Now, considering that this is micro irrigation using shade nets and drip irrigation, this is a very technical way of doing production. They require a lot of follow-up, a lot of training and capacity building on how best to utilize the shade nets, how best to manage the drip kits so that they do not clog or they do not have cracks, and leading to a lot of wastage of water. The main problem we know in Turkana is that the water is not adequate. The rainfall cannot be adequate, and we are supporting where possible, supporting groups to do production and irrigation, and then micro irrigation makes it even more efficient, because you save a lot of water and only utilize the water that is required by the plant based on the spacing that is recommended. So we are hoping that this will make it sustainable. The water, we've already drilled a borehole at Kakemera, and the yield of 30 meters cubed per hour is very good. It is adequate to irrigate crops on that 10-acre plot. So we are hoping that it will bring sustainable development and sustainable source of income for the farmers who are beneficiaries of this irrigation scheme. And at the end of it all, we would have contributed to food and nutrition security in the area, and also affected lives of people who are in Kakemera area, and given them an alternative livelihood source, and thus making them resilient to drought. So we are hoping that at the end of the day, the benefits will be very clear to these communities, and possibly this can be replicated in other areas, either through our project or BREFONs when it starts in this county, and even other projects can upscale the same if it works well.
Eso